curve, a smooth curve. Sorry, my own curve is a type. Hello, this is Keeping Up with Koye. Today we are going to be putting down our measurements on paper, so get your items ready. Okay, fold your material into 4 or get a piece of paper and put your horizontal and vertical line like I have just done. So we are going to be doing that together. Always start by putting your shoulder measurement. So mine is 16, and 16 I'm going to be dividing it by 2, which will give me 8 millimeters. So do the same thing. But since our shoulders are not straight like a horizontal line, make sure you measure 1 centimeters down. Exactly. Do the same and you will have that slant. So you draw it and you link it to the meeting point between the horizontal and vertical line. That's perfect. So let's go ahead. So our neckline, it is often just estimated as 3 millimeters. I measured my neckline and my round neck was 16. So just measure out 3 millimeters on the vertical line, and on the horizontal you can go as deep as you want. So I'll be going down by 5 millimeters. Then I'll connect the points together. Where the dotted lines meet, draw a curve. Perfect. Yeah, just follow me and do exactly the same thing. If you have done this, that is perfect work. So that's fine. So for the back neck, measure 1 millimeters down. So depending on how you want the back to be open, but this is the basic. Draw that, join the points together, and that is perfect work. Congratulations so far. So let's write on. For the armhole, it is generally gotten by you divide your shoulder length by 2. Mine was 8 millimeters, so that is the 8 millimeters I've just put down. Let me try to see if it is actually 8. Let me follow the straight line. So voila, that is it, 8 millimeters. Okay, now there's another thing. If you want flexibility under your armpit, you want to have flex, you want to be able to raise your arm and have free movement, like if you are putting the arm on your dress. So if you want flexibility, make sure that you add 1 millimeters below going down. So we are adding 1 millimeters. Add yours if you want flexibility. If your dress, the dress that you want to make is not an open dress, so add this 1 millimeters down. So connect the dots together. Perfect. That's nice. Okay, now we are going to be adding in our chest. So my chest was 40 millimeters from the previous video that I made. The description is in the link is in my description box, sorry. So that 40 millimeters will be divided by 4, and I have 10. So I'll be measuring out the 10. So measure your own too. I hope you also took your measurements. So write now on a paper and measure 10, or the length that you have from your own measurement. So link it together. Perfect. Like I've just done. You link it, you will have something like this. That is good work. So to measure your armhole, get the distance of that line that you have just drawn from your shoulder to your chest line. So mine is 4.5. Then from there you measure in 0.7 millimeters inwards, or even 0.5, because you know that our chest is not the same like our back. It bulges a bit in front. So draw that line and you connect it. You draw a curve, a smooth curve. Sorry, my own curve is a type. My own curve, my hands are not an expert. I'm not an expert, but just draw yours, and if it comes out well, perfect. Then the back, you will just follow that straight line and go down there. When it meets the curve, you just curve it together. So because your back is straighter than your front, so that is it. Perfect work. Congratulations. So now our underbust, my underbust was actually 14 millimeters. So I'm measuring that. I'll measure yours too. Put down on paper. So to get my bust point, that means my nipple point, mine is 4 millimeters. So I will be measuring 4 millimeters up, or from the shoulder you measure 10 millimeters to where it ends. So I've put down that point. That is my under bust. Please don't forget to subscribe, please, please, please. So now let's calculate our nipple to nipple distance. Mine, when I measured it, was 8 millimeters. So 8 millimeters is going to be divided by 2. I have 4, so I'll be putting down 4 right now. So measure yours, and whatever amount you have, jot it down like I am doing right now. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's nice. So we have that. Now let's measure the front to our waistline, where your navel actually ends. That's your waistline. So I have 20 millimeters for mine. Do yours and let's see what you have. So that's my waistline. I've put it in. Do the same. So my round waist measurement, I had 34. That 34, I'm going to be dividing it by 4. Divide your own 2 by 4. So I have 8.5 millimeters. So I'm going to be measuring it inwards. So I measure 8 millimeters from that, my waistline. Voila, perfect. Do exactly the same thing. Mine is 8.5 millimeters. So connect the armhole, the chest line, to your waistline. Do that right now. You see how easy it is. We are getting there. Before, by the end of this video, you are going to become an expert. You are going to become an expert in sewing. You are going to sew that perfect dress that you want. But this is the core, this is the yoke, this is the fundamental for every person that wants to learn tailoring, or you want to sew something for yourself. So this is the yoke. This is what we are doing, fundamentals. Okay, done. Okay, on that waistline, I'm also equally going to be measuring 4 millimeters for my nipple to nipple, because I need to connect the 2 lines together. I need to connect the 2 dots together, sorry. So let me draw that. So for the back, you have to start from the neckline and go down to the waist. Then you subtract 1 millimeters, where the midpoint, you subtract 1 millimeters from there. So it is, so from the front it is from the chest line to the waist, but from the back you have to start from the neckline. So find the midpoint. Mine is 5 because everything gave 10. So I subtract 0.5 from each side. Equally do same, subtract 0.5 from each side that you have gotten from your own. So we are going to be connecting it to the waistline. Okay, another small thing. If you are sewing a dress that continues down, that means like a gown, okay, your tucks needs to extend right down to your crotch level. So you need to extend it down, so that, because at the level of your crotch is a bit inside. So my crotch was 9 millimeters, but you can equally go up to 8 a bit, so that it should not be too down. Then you can still equally measure your under hip. Okay, but now I just, in the previous video that I made, I measured just my bust, my hip. So my hip was 44. I'm going to be dividing that 44. That means my round hip, 44 by 4, which will give me 11. So on my material, oh, sorry my board almost fell down. So I'm going to measure 11 millimeters. Yes, measure yours and put down. Perfect, 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 perfect. You are doing a great job. So we connect those lines together. Perfecto, excellent work. Now go ahead and measure your knee length, your inseam, and your side length. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient with me and following up. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.